and the dumping is non-stop. Best believe anything we're drinking is
9.9 WEFM. Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
Good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The time is now 7:19, soon to be 7:20 here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. I just want to say good morning to everyone on the way to work, school, just starting the day. Good morning to Ann, Joshua, everyone in the diaspora this morning. And good morning to everyone who's locked on to 99.9, the clean first sound. And good morning to you, Roleza.
Good morning, Ari. And how was your weekend?
Not too bad. How about you?
It was quiet. Yeah. Did my usual, which generally includes not going anywhere. So, but it wasn't bad nonetheless. So hoping that everybody had a good and a safe one. I didn't hear of any incidents happening over the weekend, which is good.
I have a rumors of a shooting, but it's left to be seen.
Just to be reported. Okay. Rain came on Friday. The Lord sent rain for us, so we were able to have water running through the pipes all weekend. But at least I did. So praises to God for that. And it was a good weekend. Yesterday was observed as Whit Monday and Fisherman's Day, and I think one of the things about 4 years ago, I had to Google to find out what Whit Monday was about, because it always just seemed like one of those random holidays that I didn't know what it meant. So, and in conversation with a few persons on the weekend, they also didn't know what Whit Monday was about, right? So for those of us who may not have known what Whit Monday is, it's also known as Pentecost Monday. And in many countries, Whit Monday is observed as the 50th day after Easter, which falls on a Monday, right? And so the reason why I mentioned this is because there are some persons who are asking, isn't Whit Monday generally in June? So because it's 50 days after Easter, and Easter this year fell at the end of March, is the reason why we would have observed Whit Monday in May this year, right? So just something to note for those persons who may not be aware of what Whit Monday is all about.
All right, so I got to shout out my friend Ruben Bradshaw of Dorsetshire Hill. He won the 2024 Fisherman of the Year title with his boat Aqua Holy. He brought in the largest catch of the day yesterday. And last year, 2023, he brought in the third heaviest catch, 333.95 pounds. And this year's 47th annual Fisher's Day competition, a total of 114 boats participated, and it was up from 108 last year. So a total of 48 boats participated this year and up from 40 last year. The total catch was 2,727 for this year, as opposed to 3,655, and that's pounds last year. Fishers said yesterday that it was hard and the catch was limited. But shout out to Ruben. If you know Ruben or you have him on any platform, especially WhatsApp, he always posting fishing and his catches, and he catches a lot of large fishes. And no, I'm not a marine specialist, so I don't know the different types of fishes that he be showing, but I'd be like, boy, I didn't know them large fishes in Vincentian waters. Shout out to Ruben this morning.
It makes you frightened to go deep out. You could swim, Ari?
Nah, I swim, but I don't know what the term is. I have a fear of the unknown. I do not know what is happening on the day, and I am planning to go out deep to find out. I saw videos of whales or dolphins attacking people, whales coming up and just swiping. Nope, I'm good.
No. I thought you were Viking. Isn't that how you want to go out in the world?
Vikings
it-
did most of the plundering on land. They went on boats to find
yeah,
land
but
to do
you
even
spoke,
more,
but you
more
spoke about
plundering.
how you wanted your funeral to be. I think you want to be
Yeah.
one with nature.
No.
and of
It's
this,
close
and
to
with the
land. It's
sea,
still close to land.
and with the sea.
It's not
So
out in
I
the
don't
ocean.
understand.
No. Still close to land. Still close to land.
All right, boss. All right. So yes, I'm trusting. I did not look at the celebrations online. I think a lot of the events that happened over the weekend. I feel like I'm one of those folks in diaspora who gets a lot of my information from online, streaming or online lives. And unfortunately, I didn't look at a lot this weekend. The Runs and Rhythm activity happened on Friday, as well as the launch of Vincy Mass happened as well on Friday. From the images that I saw, it was relatively well attended. I knew there was a bit of a discussion on the venue in terms of where it was being held. But I wasn't physically there. Crystal was there. I think Crystal was hosting or emceeing the event, and I guess maybe she would expand a bit more on it when she and Ari comes on tomorrow morning. But yeah, Vincy Mass is officially off to a start.
You know what's interesting? President of the Cricket West Indies, Kishore Shallow, he projected that the 2024 ICC T20 Men's World Cup will see over US $400 million being spent across the United States and the Caribbean. According to Eyewitness News, he said that, and with that, there are certainly great expectations of the entire Caribbean. Shallow said, as the trophy arrived in St. Vincent as part of our regional tour ahead of next month's tournament. Shallow of Vincentian said there is no argument that the 2024 ICC Men's T20 World Cup is the biggest ever. For the first time, we're having 20 teams in a World Cup event. That is something historic in itself, Shallow said, and comes with that tremendous opportunities. I mean, we have echoed the benefits, unlocking revenues. We're talking about thousands of jobs being created for this period as well. But when we compare to the last World Cup, 2020 World Cup held in Australia, the revenue spent in the entire event was in excess of US $300 million. But I guess that's what happens when you have a big successful competition. You always go higher and higher in terms of what you try to achieve, what you the marketing of that show, the everything, the job creation, everything, the tourism aspect of it. I saw the tour for different countries. I think it was Antigua and Anguilla. I saw there was a tour for, and listen, these tours are looking beautiful. So yeah, shout out to the ICC Men's T20 World Cup happening next month.
Yeah, from June 13th. From June 13th, yeah. And I mean, the thing of it is that whenever we have an influx of persons here in SVG, whether let's say it's returning nationals or it is foreigners, in true essence of the words, foreigners, there is always going to be a spill-off effect in terms of that injection of cash into our economy, right? So not only just hotels are going to benefit, restaurants are going to benefit, taxi drivers are going to benefit, souvenir shops may also be benefiting. Those persons who may look to patronize roadside vendors would also be benefiting. So we have to look at it as a from a, I guess, a macro standpoint in a sense where having persons coming here, it's going to be a benefit. And Vincentians are generally hospitable folks. And yeah, I expect nothing but our kindness, our hospitality, our genuine warmth, and our true nature coming out as we welcome folks here to our islands.
We have some interesting news coming out from the Ministry of Finance, Economic Planning and Information Technology. The 2024 Carnival season will be the last to see events held at the top end of E.T. Joshua Tarmac at Annesville. According to the Minister of Finance, Economic Planning and Information Technology, Camilo Gonzalez, that work on the acute referral hospital at Annesville is set to commence at the end of the Carnival season. He said the acute referral hospital that we are going to be building at the Annesville Tarmac, and I want to tell everybody that this is the very last Carnival you're going to have anything on the tarmac, because Well, unless you go down to the other end, seaside end, because up at the top, right after Carnival, we'll be starting the hospital project on the tarmac. There'll be more announcements on that coming soon. So Minister Gonzalez went on to announce that the main contractor is expected to be made soon. The contractor will be mobilizing soon. He said that persons can expect to see equipment being put up by the contractor around the July period, and at that time, the area will be blocked off. The minister went on to disclose more information on the project after the groundbreaking ceremony. And this is 99.9 WEFM.com that the story is on. There's more to the story, but in the interest of time, this is going to be interesting. Interesting.
Okay. Well, I mean, one of the things when I think about that, though, in terms of the use of the tarmac, I suppose one of the questions that I have is what is the overall plan for the tarmac? Not just in terms of, yes, the hospital is going to be there, but of course it's not going to take up the entire space. What is the plans for the southern end? And also what would be the plans? What would the plans be with regards to traffic? I also have to consider the fact that, yes, the hospital is going there. In the future, would activities, let's say events, parties, fetes, be held at the southern end? Would that be allowed there, given the proximity to the hospital? Is it that the hospital would also be having soundproof windows in the event that events are going to be held there? Because we've heard of the comments of persons where Victoria Park is located and it's right next to the hospital, you know, and the disturbance that tends to happen to persons who are patients at the hospital, right? So I suppose maybe it's just me being curious about it, but these are the things. You know, I also have to think about, do we have significantly large spaces for events to be held and spaces with concrete flooring, right? Because one of the things too is that when we have events or when we have fetes, unless persons put down those boards, those particular flooring, when you have events that are generally held on places that are grass, or yes, that's grass. If it rains, you know, persons, if your foot gets mucky and that kind of thing. So I'm just looking at things from a varied standpoint with regards to the tarmac now being used, or the groundwork being done for the acute hospital, and this being the last carnival for events being held at the northern end. So
Okie dokie, we're at 7:31 this morning. At 7:45, we have Today with Weeks, and at 8, we have the host of What You Know, Daniel Loveless. He'll be joining us from 8 to 9 this morning, so stay tuned for that interview. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back with your traffic talk.
All right, and to add as well, coming up at 9:20, we'd also have an interview with Aiko Rudet of the Haroon Film Festival. So yeah, it's a morning of interviews, so stay tuned.
At Lynch